ever watched a movie or found yourself getting confused with the story? While watching in confusion, the story seemed to unravel itself, slowly putting the puzzle pieces together. After the whole film, you see the beauty of the film for how uniquely it told the story. That confusion, at first, may be because of the movie's non-linear plot structure. Hello there, students! Welcome to our virtual English class. In this video, we will explore the nonlinear narrative structure. Linear narrative. Linear narrative starts at the beginning and reveals each detail as it happens. The events in linear structure are narrated chronologically. For example, at the onset is the first event, followed by event 2, then event 3, and finally event 4. Nonlinear narrative. Nonlinear narratives, on the other hand, do not follow rules of space and time. It is a kind of narrative in which events are chronologically disordered. They can start and end at any point in the plotline. For example, event 3 is described first, followed by event 1, event 2, and then finally event 3. There are various types of nonlinear narrative structure. These are in medias res, flashback, flash forward, multiple narratives, stream of consciousness, and circular narrative. In medias res. This is a Latin word that means in the midst of things. It is the practice of beginning a narrative by starting from a crucial situation that is part of a related chain of events. Basically, the story starts at the climax or an event that is complicated. Flashback. It is a narrative technique that disrupts the flow of the story by injecting events of earlier occurrence. The earlier events are often disclosed through memories of the characters. Flash forward. It is a narrative technique in which events of future occurrence are injected into the narrative, causing the story to jump from the present to the future, leaving the events that happened in between a mystery in the reader's minds. Multiple narratives. Multiple narratives tell a story within a story through multiple narrators. There are various ways of telling a multiple narrative. Under multiple narratives, there are different types. These are multiple perspectives, intersecting storylines, story within a story, and story at different times. Multiple perspectives. Having multiple perspectives is one way of telling a multiple narrative. This could be done by using several narrators or explaining a single incident from multiple perspectives to uncover different sides of the same story. Intersecting storylines. Creating multiple storylines that share themes or characters is also a way to create a story with multiple narratives. An example of this is the long-running series Grey's Anatomy, wherein the lives of different characters in the hospital intersect through themes that common people could relate to. Story within a story. A story within a story can be told through the use of letters, journal entries, or another character telling the story. Story at different times. A multiple narrative can also be achieved by telling one story from different points in time. Stream of consciousness. It is a method of narration that describes in words the flow of thoughts in the minds of the characters. This technique aims to give readers the impression of being inside the mind of the character. Circular narrative. A circular narrative will conclude where it began. Closure is achieved through a return to theme and material rather than a conclusion. Literature has the power to start in the now. Go back to yesterday and jump to tomorrow. That is the beauty of literature. Before I end this video, here is a task for you. Think of movies that used nonlinear narrative structure. Get ready to share your answers in our next meeting. And that concludes our lesson for today. Thanks for joining me. This has been Teacher Lay for ClickGen.